Right, what am I looking at? Right, we're going to look at the pilgrimage because that gets rid of those. So we're going to find Volanaru, do we? Living quarters. Makes sense to have a look, see if he's in here.
Volanaru, at your service. Need a spell? Need an item recharged? Need a witty practical joke played on someone? I can handle it all.
So we're going to talk about Jaskar.
You want to find Jaskar? All right, I think I can help with that. But you have to agree to do something for me first. And whatever you do, you can't tell Jean about it, all right?
What is it?
That's the spirit. You help me pull off a little prank, and I'll help you find Jaskar.
What's the prank?
Really? You're going to love this. I'll teach you a spell to unlock things. What you need to do is get into Jean's desk and bring me her manual of spellcraft, okay?
I can unlock things anyway.
Her room is upstairs. Make sure no one sees you. You do that for me, and I'll make sure you can find Jaskar.
Okay. Minor electric crack.
Let me know when you're done with that little task.
Hello.
My name is Selena Arania. I'm a Mage's Guild journeyman.
Let's see if we can not antagonize people. Jaskar.
Look, I like you and all, but I really don't want to get in the middle of this. If Volanara and Jaskar want to have their fun, fine. I'm not going to participate, and I'm not saying another word about it.
Huh.
Take it up with them.
So so she thinks this is just part of a prank. Okay.
You too.
I want to. There's a shadow. There are several shadows. Why are there shadows? There's a shadow going into that cupboard. Someone in the cupboard. Trying to... Don't like this. Oh, this is just a random room. So her room is upstairs, apparently. So presumably... Oh, upstairs, is it? Oops. Right. Another some minor latch crack, which I think goes. You scared me there for a moment, Skelly. Anything interesting in book form? No. What's that? Brief history. I read that as a Daedra history. That was rubbish. Did not mean to do that. Flare. Starlight. Right. She didn't notice anything. Good. I've got the book now.
Have you pulled that little prank yet?
Yes.
You've got Jean's book, I see. All right then. I'll just take that from you. Meet me here in the living quarters, just after 10 p.m.
Okay, after 10 p.m. What time is it now? We've got 2 hours to waste. You're not going to get involved.
My name is...
I can't do anything.
Good day.
Is there no effects? Can I not do anything with you? No training or anything? No new spells? I want to learn new spells. Hearing noises. Wait, what? Did I just see something? I don't know. The Wolf Queen. Illusion! So we're reading this. The Wolf Queen, Book 3 by Oelgen Jarth. From the pen of the 1st century 3rd era sage Montekai. 3rd era 98. The Emperor Pelagius Septim II died a few weeks before the end of the year, on the 15th of Evening Star during the Festival of North Wind's Prayer, which was considered a bad omen for the Empire. He had ruled over a difficult 17 years. In order to fill the bankrupt treasury, Pelagius had dismissed the Elder Council, forcing them to buy back their positions. Several good, but poor councillors had been lost. Many say the Emperor had died as a result of being poisoned by a vengeful former council member. His children came to attend his funeral and the coronation of the next emperor. His youngest son, Prince Magnus, 19 years of age, arrived from Almalexia, where he had been a councillor to the royal court. 21-year-old Prince Kephorus arrived from Ghilaine with his Redguard bride, Queen Bianchi. Prince Antiochus, at 43 years of age, the eldest child and heir presumptive, had been with his father in the Imperial city. The last to appear was his only daughter, Patima, the so-called Wolf Queen of Solitude. 30 years old and radiantly beautiful, she arrived with a magnificent entourage, accompanied by her husband, the elderly King Mantiaco, and her year-old son, Uriel. I'm guessing, is this the Uriel Septim? As in, the Emperor has just died? All expected Antiochus to assume the throne of the empire, but no one knew what to expect from the Wolf Queen. 3rd era 99. We were in 98, right. Lord Voken has been bringing several men to your sister's chambers late at night every night this week, offered the spymaster. Perhaps if her husband were made aware. My sister is a devotee of the conqueror gods Riemann and Talos, not the love goddess Debella. She's plotting with those men, not having orgies with them. I'd wager I've slept with more men than she has, laughed Antiochus, and then grew serious. She's behind the delay of the council offering me the crown, I know it. 6 weeks now. They say they need to update records and prepare for the coronation. I am Emperor. Crown me into oblivion with the formalities. Your sister is surely no friend of yours, Your Majesty, but there are other factors at play. Do not forget how your father treated the council. It is they who need following, and if need be, strong, convincing, the spymaster added with a suggestive stab of his dagger. Do so, but keep your eye on that damnable Wolf Queen as well. You know where to find me. At which brothel, Your Highness? Inquired the spymaster. Today, being Friday, I'll be at the Cat and Goblin. The spymaster noted in his report that night that Queen Patima had no visitors, for she was dining across the Imperial garden at the Blue Palace with her mother, the Dowager Empress Quintilla. It was a warm night for wintertide and surprisingly cloudless, though the day had been stormy. The saturated ground could not take any more, so the formal structured gardens looked as if they had been glazed with water. The two women took their wine to the wide balcony to look over the grounds. I believe you're trying to sabotage your half-brother's coronation, said Quintilla, not looking at her daughter. Patima saw the years had not so much wrinkled her mother as faded her, like the sun on a stone. It's not true, said Patima, but would it bother you very much if it were true? Antiochus is not my son. He was 11 years old when I married your father, and we've never been close. I think that being heir presumptive has stunted his growth. He's old enough to have a family with grown children, and yet he spends all his time at debauchery and fornication. He will not make a very good emperor, Quintilla sighed, and then turned to Patima. But it is bad for the family for seeds of discontent to be sown. It is easy to divide up into factions, but very difficult to unite again. I fear for the future of the empire. Those sounds like the words. Are you, by any chance, dying, mother? I've read the omens, said Quintilla with a faint, ironic smile. Don't forget, I was a renowned sorceress in Camelorn. I'll be dead in a few months' time, and then not a year later, your husband will die. I only regret that I will not live to see your child, Uriel, assume the throne of Solitude. Have you seen whether... Patima stopped, not wanting to reveal too many of her plans, even to a dying woman. Whether he will be emperor? Aye. I know the answer to that too, daughter. Don't fear. You will live to see the answer, one way or the other. I have a gift for him when he is of age. The Dowager Empress removed a necklace with a single great yellow gem from around her neck. It is a soul gem, infused with the spirit of a great werewolf your father and I defeated in battle 36 years ago. I've enchanted it with spells from the School of Illusion, so its wearer may charm whoever he chooses. An important skill for a king. And an emperor, said Fatima, taking the necklace. Thank you, mother. An hour later, passing the black branches of the sculpted duard shrubs, Fatima noticed a dark figure, which vanished into the shadows under the eaves at her approach. She had noticed people following her before. It was one of the hazards of life in the Imperial court. But this man was too close to her chambers. She slipped the necklace around her neck. Come out where I can see you, she commanded. The man emerged from the shadows, a dark little fellow of middle age, dressed in black dyed goatskin. His eyes were fixed, frozen under her spell. Who do you work for? Prince Antiochus is my master, he said in a dead voice. I am his spy. A plan formed. Is the prince in his study? No, milady. Do you have access? Yes, milady. Fatima smiled widely. She had him. Lead the way. The next morning the storm reappeared in all its fury. The pelting on the walls and ceiling was agony to Antiochus, who was discovering that he no longer had his youthful immunity to a late night of hard drinking. He shoved hard against the Argonian wench sharing his bed. Make yourself useful and close the window, he moaned. No sooner had the window been bolted than there was a knock at the door. It was the spy master. He smiled at the prince and handed him a sheet of paper. What is this? Said Antiochus, squinting his eyes. I must still be drunk. It looks like orcish. I think you will find it useful, your majesty. Your sister is here to see you. Antiochus considered getting dressed or sending his bedmate out, but thought better of it. Show her in. Let her be scandalized. If Fatima was scandalized, she did not show it. Swathed in orange and silver silk, she entered the room with a triumphant smile, followed by the man-mountain Lord Voken. Dear brother, I spoke to my mother last night, and she advised me very wisely. She said I should not battle with you in public, for the good of our family and the Empire. Therefore, she said, producing from the folds of her robe a piece of paper, I am offering you a choice. A choice? Said Antiochus, returning her smile. That does sound friendly. Abdicate your rights to the Imperial throne voluntarily, and there is no need for me to show the council this, Fatima said, handing her brother the letter. It is a letter with your seal on it, saying that you knew that your father was not Pelagius Septon II, but the royal steward Fondaucth. Now, before you deny writing the letter, you cannot deny the rumours, nor that the Imperial Council will believe that your father, the old fool, was quite capable of being cuckolded. Whether it's true or not, or whether the letter is a forgery or not, the scandal of it would ruin your chances of being the Emperor. Antiochus's face had gone white with fury. Don't fear, brother, said Fatima, taking back the letter from his shaking hands. I will see to it that you have a very comfortable life, and all the whores your heart or any other organ desires. Suddenly Antiochus laughed. He looked over at his spymaster and winked. I remember when you broke into my stash of Khajiiti erotica and blackmailed me. That was close to 20 years ago. We've got better locks now, you must have noticed. It must have killed you that you couldn't use your own skills to get what you wanted. Fatima smiled. It didn't matter. She had him. You must have charged my servant here into getting you into my study to use my seal. A spell, perhaps from your mother, the witch. Fatima continued to smile. Her brother was cleverer than she thought. Did you know that charm spells, even powerful ones, only last so long? Of course you didn't. You never were one for magic. Let me tell you, a generous salary is a stronger motivation for keeping a servant in the long run, sister. Antiochus took out his own sheet of paper. Now I have a choice for you. What is that? Said Fatima, her smile faltering. It looks like nonsense, but if you know what you're looking for, it's very clear. It's a practice sheet. Your handwriting attempting to look like my handwriting. It's a good gift you have. I wonder if you haven't done this before, imitating another person's handwriting. I understand a letter was found from your husband's dead wife saying that his first son was a bastard. I wonder if you wrote that letter. I wonder if I showed this evidence of your gift to your husband, whether he would believe you wrote that letter. In the future, dear Wolf Queen, don't lay the same trap twice. Fatima shook her head, furious, unable to speak. Give me your forgery and go take a walk in the rain, and then later today, unhatch whatever other plots you have to keep me from the throne. Antiochus fixed his eyes on Fatima's. I will be Emperor, Wolf Queen. Now go. Fatima handed her brother the letter and left the room. For a few moments out in the hallway she said nothing. She merely glared at the slivers of rainwater dripping down the marble wall from a tiny, unseen crack. Yes, you will, brother, but not for very long. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, I was wondering where it was going with the whole connection to... We've got 2 hours. With the whole connection to... Where am I going? Right, I'm going this way. The connection to illusion, but I do see it.
Any luck finding Jaskar?
Not as yet. No. Rumours.
The Anvil Guild has made quite a name for itself under Cowderhill. Did you hear about the recent murderer they caught?
Yes.
Please come find me as soon as you've located Jaskar.
I helped catch him. Catch him? Yes, catch him. Not capture him. No, that'd be ridiculous. How come I can't... I mean, I wouldn't, but... There's nothing there I particularly want, but... What's in here? I can open that. Let's open very easy lock. Varieties of Daedra. Because I know you summoned Daedra as one of the... Oh, it's these books again. Yeah. As that can be some of the conjuration stuff. But it's, I'm saddened. Sorry. I'm saddened that I'm not actually getting anything from it. Yeah, we're running around, so athletics is leveling. Well, we've got to wait till 10. Is there anything? I mean, we could head to an inn. If we can find one. Use up the time there looking for, trying to find quests through rumours. Oh, whose key have we got? That'd be something interesting to look into. It was Stantis Varid. Do we know Stantis Varid? Oh. Hammer and Axe might be somewhere to... The Gerald View. Some houses down here, aren't there? Right. Let's head down here and have a look if we can find Stantis Varys' house. That's a tavern.